Scotties, a very good evening to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue. It's Christmas night, and I thought I'd pop up. I meant to be on at 7. I think it's now 7:18, by the time you get all your wee bits and pieces together, that sort of thing. But anyway, I thought we'll pop up and we'll just say hi to everybody. And I thought I'd do it a little bit earlier because obviously we'll get into the big movies. And then where are you? You know what I mean? Once the big movies start, that's it. The game's up, really, isn't it? So I thought, no, I'll pop up because we can only have so much information and entertainment going on at the one time. Yes, Scottie, Owen, how lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, Christmas night, Scottie McClue, just for you. No show without punch, as they say. So I shall say good evening to all of you on the TikTok, tell 10 to tell 10. And I'll just say good evening. Good evening to the YouTubers. Yes, that's it. Pop up and have a chit chat with us as well. Dinky-Doo, me hearties. Now, there's a lot of videos up for you today, so enjoy yourself. Fill your boots. Do you remember Whispering Bob Harris? I know Bob. Yes, indeed. I can remember him coming into the radio station on a Saturday, and I got to meet him with that wonderful, rich voice of his. There we are. Merry Christmas, Scottie. I thank you. Thank you, Malky. Malky, excellent stuff. Merry Christmas to you as well. Lots and lots of lovely videos for you on the TikTok. Get following, guys, and tell everybody, start sharing it with all your buddies. Say, McClue's live. We need to come up and have a bit of chit-chat. Roy Michael, good evening from Derbyshire, Mr. McClue. Much respect to you. Huge respect to you in Derbyshire, Roy Michael. And there's our David. Hi, Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. David, I say to you, can I join you, please? You've joined us, Declan. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Now, what do we got here? Summer is here, is telling me something. Have another great year next year, Scottie. Change is coming. Sandy the Jambo, huge change is coming. Well, it couldn't very well stay the same, could they? I was thinking of that Winston Churchill quote, and maybe this wasn't exactly it, but I was thinking, never in the history of government has so much money been taken from so many by so few. There we are. It's Gaelic for Merry Xmas, Scottie. Yes, indeed. I'll just look back and see if you've got it right. Yes. Nolik Shona. Have I said it right? I say to you. And Joyeux Noël to all our French viewers as well. I say to you, Scottie, this is rather inconvenient. I'm just going in the bath. Well, could you not just, I'm sure you're very fresh, numpty. I think you're over fussing. You can't be having more than one bath a day. So I would leave it for a wee while. And have you put in your bath bombs, your bath tubes and all that stuff? My mother had some stuff that made the bath very slippy. I thought, well, there it is. You smell great, but you've done your knees in or something like that, You've damaged your spine. So there we are. And Numpty, get a wee wash. Yes, just a wee. What about just a wee strip wash, Numpty, at the sink? There we are. Just take a clute round your bits and pieces, and then you'll be absolutely fine. I don't think you're needing the full immersion. There we are. The Baptists cry, as it says. And so there we are. Declan's wanted to join us. You've joined us on a lighter note. My perfita rolls have defrosted. Well, they've been sitting out for months. They should have done. You've got some age on you, lad. Yes, huge age on me. I'm over 2 million years old. I'm a time traveler. And you must have some age on you yourself, young lad, to remember me. I tell you, it's very interesting because when you meet an old relative or an old friend, they go, do you know, I remember the night you were born. They say, you've aged a bit since then, I'll tell you, and you're putting on weight. You say, well, yes. The night I was born, I was 1 hour old, and I weighed 10 pounds. So I think you've got that right. I've certainly put a wee bit of weight on. Mr. McClue, I've been told Scotland's first musical instrument was the flute, a gift from Ireland before the bagpipes came along, but I don't believe it. Roy Michael, you're quite right not to believe it. The original instrument of Scotland is not the bagpipe. The bagpipe came from Ireland. Well, originally, I think it was in Greece. and it was a pig's bladder with one pipe for the shepherds to pipe in the sheep. Because animals like a canary, now, you know, that stuff. Sometimes in the big farms, they play the trumpet and stuff, and the cows come home. I could tell you've been eating mince pies, Santa. Oh, and how? There we are. And I could tell that you'll have had a few yourself. Yes, the kettle calling the pot black. Good evening and many Christmases. Lass, how lovely to have you with us. And a good evening to you. Are you in Svenska? I think we should be told. And so there you are. Now, what do we got here? Hello, Santa. Hello, Bob the Bob. XL Santa. No, XXL Santa. So there you are. Dinky-Doo. Yes, you've not been missing many meals yourself, they tell me. I say to you, some comments in the live were filtered to protect the community's experience. I love when we see that, because it means all the wee, what do you call them, trolls have been booted down the swaddy. What did you get for Christmas? Well, I got a new tummy, a nice big one. So I'm quite chuffed with that. And what else did I get? And I got some beautiful Earl Grey tea. Yes. Last year I got English breakfast tea. And this is Earl Grey tea. And I got a lovely pair of Scottie McCLUE mittens, beautiful gloves. And I got some chocolate. That was a wee bit naughty. I actually had some of that during the Italian Job. Who watched the Italian Job this afternoon at Channel 4? So there we are. Dinky-Doo. Now, mate, are you looking for some? Oh, I'm looking for lots, I tell you. Scottie, I got a new... I'm going to start winning games. What is that? I don't know what that is, Sandy. So can you say posse? It means your kind in Danish, please. A posse. Well, a posse is a slightly different thing in Scotland. You can bring a posse with you. And what about a posse free postal? How about that in Danish? You got Snap, Santa. Oh, we've got lots of Snap. Got Snapped in. What's your opinion on the ongoing conflict between the Teddy Ticklers and the Princess Prancers? What is that gangs round about your area? Happy Mass of Christa, Neil. Fantastic. And did you like the video, Neil, the other night with the true message? We need to get these videos shared, guys. This YouTube channel just sort of sits. We need to get everyone on YouTube subscribing. If you can access it, you should be subscribed. All this, just a few thousand subscribers. We know millions have watched. And a guy came on today, I said, please do subscribe. And he went, nah, you're okay. So I just blocked him for life. A lifetime ban for that kind of half-wit. I say to you, I love the sound of the bagpipes of Roy Michael. Wonderful people in kilts. Did you see I put up a video of myself in a kilt tonight? Because people were saying, have you ever worn the Highland dress, Scottie? And we get asked that. It's a bit like, what football team do you support? You know, all that. So I thought, I'll just put this up. Juspica Doric, says Liam. Well, can a Doric, but fit like yourself, and who is your doeth? Are you chaffing a walloon? That's what I'd like to ken. So there you are. So see, is my Doric, is that any good? And there are good kind of folk in the next and on the YouTube and the TikTok. And we'll get started. Get a few softies and batteries for your tea, just so you can sup up. There are nae too bad, like, you're nae bad, Liam. Oh, that's it. I'm just chuffing away myself. You know, you see it, huh? You see it, huh? So there you are. Love that. I'll tell you, I think George Galloway stole that from Scottie, says Alex. What was that one, Alex? George has banned me on his Twitter. He said that he was the mother of all talk shows. And I said, you may well be, but Scottie McClue's the daddy of them all. Ban. That was it. Couldn't take that one. I tell you, too much. Now, what's urgent thoughts on the new fortnight? Well, Bob, I would only play it once a week, you see. That's the problem. Love you all, says Saz. Thank you, Saz. It's Christmas. Spend it with your family, pal. That's what I'm doing, pal. This is my family, pal. Okay, all my pals, pal. What about that, pal? I tell you, pal. So there we have it. Now, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, then share it, spread the word, I say to you, and give us a thumbs up. Very, very important. We're just popping up to say hi. Very good here. Who's your rules for cracking pandrips, Maloon? Liam, if cracked a few in my team, I'll tell you, Loon. That's what it's all about. And that's what's Christmas is all about. And for way you can gang round and maybe the garden, you can't go into the garden in the weather. And the gardens have flooded anyway, and the rasps have just gone, I say to you. And there we are. I tell you, Loon, fantastic. So now, are you a banana? Because you're appealing. I see what you just did there, Bob. Very, very, very good. Excellent stuff. Get sharing, guys. We'll not be up for too long, but I think it wouldn't be Christmas without Scottie McClue popping up to say dinky-doo to every single one of you. Wonderful stuff. And tell me what you're doing, what you're watching. Follow us as soon as you can. Dinky-doo, Merry Christmas, Scottie. The wonderful Robert. Can I have a shout out? Says Bob the Bob. You can. A shout out to Bob the Bob. I tell you. Now, Merry Christmas, Mr. McClue. Thank you. Common UK. Very good of you to come and join us. Very important, I say, on our pop-up now. Get following, guys. I need 100 followers right away. Merry Christmas, sir. Indeed, not for a forced meme. Very, very good of you. Do you like the hat tonight? We've got it folded. Do you prefer it like that with a bobble doon? I tell you. Now, what's happening on the YouTube here? Lots of feedback from you beautiful people. Let me just see. I want to know what you're doing right now. Are you sitting down to Christmas dinner? I tell you. You say it's my YouTube user. It'll help boost my account. What? Des Nuts. Great to be out of hospital. Doing great. Hope you're well, so Scottie. Keith, I am so glad you are out of the hoppy. And I say to you, Dinky-Doo from Scottie McClue. And a very good Christmas to you, Keith. You're a wonderful, wonderful man. And I love you. And that's what it's about. Scottie boy, remember when you were in Leith? How could I forget being in Leith? We were the original sunshine in Leith, I say. Sir Dinky-Doo, 5 times fast. Too fast for me, Bob the Bob. You'll have to practice for me. I'm just going to have a sip of water. I don't know about you, but we've got very, very wild weather in Scotland. Merry Christmas, Scottie and Dinky-Doo. Wonderful, Alistair. Dinky-Doo to you, and a very Merry Christmas, Alistair. Yes, indeed. Alistair, what's your opinion on the old motor? Do you think if we get the wee bits of welding done, should we get through our MOT okay? I tell you, just a thought. Now, who have we got? Have a wee dram. Well, I don't take the drams now, Keith. I gave them up about 7 years ago on Christmas Day. I was driving to a friend's for Christmas lunch, and I was working out all the units and the time since my last drink. It wasn't a big drink. It was I think a can of cider or something the night before, and all that kind of stuff. We're working it all out. And I thought, I'm just going to chuck this, and then I can drive any time I like, any hour of the day or night. Jamie says it's been blowing a hoolie in Newcastle, but not too bad today, Jamie. So lovely to hear you using that term, blowing a hoolie, because that's what I used, I think, just this morning. I thought, blowing a hoolie out there. Have a strong water. Oh, Keith, this is very strong. This straight out the tap. You could stand the spoon up and it put hairs in your chest. What hairdressers do you go to? Well, as you can see, I really just have a trim. And I get my bauble done as well. It's needing waxed, I think. Yes, indeed. Fantastic. What's your opinion on the frolicking frogs and the sneaky snakes in Independence? Well, Independence, I'm not political, as you know. I am no politician, but I say to you, Scotland would do very well as an independent country, but we need to get the politics right. We mustn't be too far to the left. We mustn't be too green. We mustn't be, too spendthrift. We mustn't send too much money abroad. All that sort of stuff. We mustn't have anything to do with people who are out with Scotland trying to run us. Although, we should never have come out of the European Union. But now, I think probably the European Union is not doing so well, Dad joke time. Why did the chicken cross the road? Oh, gosh, you've got me there. Was it to get to the other side? Why did the turkey cross the road? The chicken was having a day off. I love it. Fantastic. The Christmas message from the Scotia Nosters put me off my feast of spam and beans. Alex, yes, I wanted to be the public relations guy for spam, but they wouldn't let me do an email campaign. Now, what do we got here? Lewis says, can you do a shout out for people to repost my epilepsy video for my 3-year-old boy, please? Yes, has he got grand mal or petit mal out of interest, Lewis? The chicken crossed the road to get away from Santa. No. I love the reindeers. They look rather nice beasts. I'll tell you, I'm sure you have to stay away from the antlers, but they do look rather nice. Fantastic. Now, there we have it. I used to stay near a wood. It was almost like a private wood. And my girlfriend at the time used to talk about the white-bottomed ladies. And this was deer that would show you their white bottom as they pushed off when they heard you. They were very, very quiet. It was marvelous stuff, I tell you. Now, what have we got here? If you've just joined us, folks, a very, very happy Christmas to you. Lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO, I've got 1,700 likes. If somebody wants to pop a red rose in the goal, that would be wonderful. Merry Christmas. Hope you've had a good day from the McDonald clan. McDonald's, lovely to hear from you. Fabulous day today. Beautiful day. A wonderful day, I say. Now, Merry Christmas. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Kyle. We like that as well. Now, who have we got here? I need another 93 followers would be good. If you've got 93 followers, that would be tremendous. Tremendous. Christmas tree, tremendous. Mendes the tree, I tell you. Now, what have we got here? Hello, sir. I know your favorite. May I know your favorite type of pasta? Well, I used to be into the brown pasta, but I'm back to the white pasta now and make sure it's not pasta's best. See what I just did there? But I think probably I like just the, what do you call the, it's the fusilli, Am I saying that correct? Fusilli. Yes, I like the fusilli. And the tagliatelles. Yes, indeed. There we are. I say to you. Now, what have we got here? Kyle, let's keep things nice on here. Hashtag be kind, Kyle. Or it'll be a lifetime ban for you, my boy. I say to you. Now, what have we got here? More followers, please, on the TikTok and more subscribers on the YouTube channel. So there we are. Scottie, did you hear that the guy who invented the knock-knock joke has been awarded the Nobel Prize? Nobel Prize. I see what you just did there. Remember, I used to write the jokes for the crackers. Scottie, Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo, lovely to have you with us. And a very happy Christmas, guys. So glad you could join us. Mr. McClue, have you tried an Arbroath Smoky? They look delicious. Yes. You can actually get it to eat in your hand. And you pick it up all beautifully smoked. I think it's oak chips they smoke them with. Am I right? Where did the Christmas tree originate, Scottie? From Prince Albert's garden, Jay. I would say his garden at Rosenau in Germany. Was in Bavaria, Rosenau and the Rosenau. And Prince Albert brought the first Christmas tree from there. I say to you, Scottie, what do you think of Izzy? Well, I prefer Chrissy. I say to you, today's Chrissy Day. Are you with me? So that's what it's all about. Can you please say a Merry Christmas, Ian? I can, Sam. And I can also say a Merry Christmas, Sam. Is that all right, Ian? We love it. So they're both smoky. I could certainly recommend it, Roy Michael. A marvellous, marvellous thing. He's a good dick, numpty head. Murray O'Donnell has come and joined us. Murray, what can I say to you but thank you? So lovely to have you with us, and a happy Christmas, Murray. Am I right? I thought I'll pop up early, and then because people will be watching the big movies later, you know. Scottie, mate, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, EQ. EQ Dan. Merry Christmas, Joey. Merry Christmas, Ronaldo. Merry Christmas, Alfie. Well, we're in big company on here, guys. Scottie, who's that behind you? Oh, no, he's not. You're not getting me with that old trick. I tell you. Thoughts on Bathgate, Scottie? Now, don't mention Bath, because Numpty Head was about to get in the bath, and he had to abandon it because McClue was on. So, Scottie, is a bit inconvenient, this. But we think he's having just a wash at the sink, a bit dicht. Scottie, I'm pretty flabbergasted. There we go. Now, Henry, yes, I don't know about that. Happy Christmas, Scottie. Hope you've had a good one. Joel. Yes, indeed. The first Joel. It's been wonderful. I say to you, Scottie, I love your eyes. You're very, very kind. Do you know, I was wearing a jumper the other night that actually matched them. It was a bit of an accident. So there you are. It's Santa. Dinky-Doo, Shaz, Das Spaz. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo Alfie has liked the live. Guys, get tap, and get following. Everybody should follow on TikTok. Everybody on YouTube should subscribe. How are you, Mr. Lemon? Shaz, you keep it lemon. Keep it lemon. I say to you, I'll dab you up. Ho ho! There we go. Fantastic. Merry Christmas, Scottie. Susan, you're very kind. And Merry Christmas to you, Susan. And thank you for all your support. Thank you for joining us. Always lovely to have you with us. Get following. Scottie, get a beard on, son. JJ, have a look back. Have a look. I posted a little video because 3 years ago tonight was Clyde's 100th birthday in dog years. The wee soul's at Rainbow Bridge now, but that's 3 years ago, and he was 14 and a half. I think that was right. You're welcome, Scottie. Dinky-Doo. Merry Christmas, says everybody. And Shaz, you're very kind. Pray for the people of Bethlehem and Palestine, says Espionage. Espionage, your secret's safe with us. We won't tell them what you do. So there we are. We are praying for the people of Bethlehem. I reckon we should have invited them to Glasgow and made Glasgow Bethlehem this year, because they're having a very tough time in Bethlehem. It's not right in the middle of the most dangerous war zone, but, you know, it's just, you know, the poor people of Bethlehem cannot celebrate Christmas, where it all started. So maybe we have to move it. If they're going to keep fighting, maybe we should take the religious element away from the Middle East, and we could bring it to Scotland. And you could have that there. You could have right at the center of Christianity is Glasgow. Because Christianity, think about it, St. Columba. And St. Columba was only 560 4 years after Christ. So he was in there pretty early doors. I said, you happy Xmas, Scottie? Monkey House. I'm so glad you could join us. A very happy Xmas to you. How lovely to have you with us, guys. I've what? Tap, tap, tappity, tap. We need another 89 followers. 89 of you. It's like the Soviet era in Berlin. J.D. Donnelly, do you mean Berlin's like the Soviet era? But see, Berlin was not all Soviet. You had the American sector and the British sector. Churchill wanted to keep going and actually take Russia, but America wouldn't back him. Con is saying he's gay. Now, Con, why are you telling us that? Because you don't have to. Nobody on here gives two hoots where anybody is. We don't go in for all that stuff as long as you've got a first name. But if you want to up your profile, then that's fine. Absolutely, Shaz. I was there in Bethlehem. Why I don't do Christmas? Archangel Michael responding. There's Archangel Michael and there's Archangel Gabriel. Am I not right? Mr. McClue was a legendary man, Shaz. You're very, very, very kind, I say to you. Scottie, you're doing a phone-in, mate. The Mind of Martin. If you want to phone in, Martin, you're very welcome. Hope everyone here's had a good day, says Monkey House. I hope we have. I just thought I'll pop up because a lot of people like just to say hi to McClue and Christmas. There's Warren says, Merry Christmas from the Isle of Arran, Scottie. We love the Isle of Arran. Let me see, what bits do I know in the Isle of Arran? Well, we know Goat fell. I don't know if it did. And we know Loch Ranza. And we know Brodick. We know Whiting Bay. We know Corrie. We know the Holy Isle. We know, where else do we know? Come on, guys, in Arran. My old friend's farm, Jimmy Curry, the Reverend James Curry. Drumadoon. Where else do we know? Fantastic. Oh, lots and lots of Arran connections, I tell you. So you can tell me, and the cheese, Arran cheese, lovely. There are Brodick Castle, the Montroses and the Hamiltons and all that. I'm watching from Lumlash. There's another one. We know Lumlash. Fantastic. We love Lumlash. Merry Christmas from Cumbernauld. What's it called, Angela? Cumbernauld. I say to you, they're wrong. Palestine wasn't created until 135 years after Christ's birth. Well, Monkey, as the old poem goes by a very famous poet, for man was born in Palestine and lives today in bread and wine. What about that? Love from Essex being sent your way. We love Essex, Grog. Tremendous stuff. So good to have you with us. Christmas Eve, 23 years ago, I was in Essex. So there we are. I was in Essex. I was near to Basildon. Yes, Basildon in Essex 23 years ago. And I drove past Cambridge just when King's College would be singing the carols from King's. Do you know that this year, if I remember right, and I could be wrong, but I'm not often wrong, but sometimes I've been right as well. And I think it's 70 years. Carols from King's. 70 years old, that program this year. Is that not amazing? So there you go. Do you know what edging is? My granddad says it's a lot. Yes, the edging, you would do it to your lawn. You would edge your lawn. And you can also have a straight edge for painting so you don't get paint in the carpets. So there we are. Very old word, edging. And edging closer, you see. He's edging closer all the time. Merry Christmas, Scottie. To edge is to move a little bit at a time. Edging forward. Murray O'Donnell, what are you doing? Murray O'Donnell, the most generous man in the world. In fact, the most generous man in Christendom, Murray O'Donnell, has sent me £20. Now, he's done this maybe 1,000,000 times. Am I right, Murray, or is that slightly hyperbolic? Oh, my goodness me. And when we had nothing because of the bad man, Murray contributed to the program. We were able to help towards advertising and buying the microphone and the camera and all that. Murray, thank you so much, my dear, dear man. And he is such a nice man, as well as being very generous. And I think, I don't like to pry, but I think Murray is an entrepreneur. But I mean, all that aside, he is just the genuine article. Murray, that is just so kind of you. What can I say, Murray? What if you were in my shoes, and it was the other way about, McClue was just gifting you with open arms all the time? You know, what would you feel like? Would you not be elated? Would you not have a feeling of elation and being appreciated? And I know you're a very, very, very intelligent man, Murray, and you've always stuck with McClue because you know that there's the odd wee gem in there. Yes, we separate the wheat from the chaff. Would I be right? I hope you've got the logs on the wood burner tonight. And she's fired right up. The mind of Martin has given me 20 great British pounds from Murray O'Donnell. A good Yule to you, my boy. I tell you, somebody else is now showering me with gifts on the TikTok. What are you all like, honestly? Thank you so much, guys. That is so lovely of you. I need another 85 followers. And wow, you're a diamond in the dark, McClue. Murray O'Donnell, you're a dark horse. You're a whole tiara. I tell you, I used to love listening to you winding the taxi drivers up on the radio. Well, those were the days when you could wind the taxi drivers up. But I don't want you to think I'm going soft, but I really feel for the taxi drivers these days because they're not making it the way they did. They used to coin it in. Who's sending me more gifts? Professor Numpty says, my garden waste should be arriving soon, Scottie. Yes, I think, did you not order some health things so your waste would be arriving soon? Yes, you'll be down to, what size are we now? Numpty Hood, I tell you. I can remember having a 29 waist. I've always had a 31 leg. Then that went up to about 48. Not the leg, the waist. Murray, that's just so very, very kind of you, and a good Yule to you. There's a lovely old word, guys, Yule, Yuletide. And I think that goes back, it predates Christ's Mass. And it was the winter festival, and you had to ensure you didn't die. So you brought in all your fruit, and you salted your beef, and you had feasts and all that. I don't know if you smoked your beef or if you salted your beef, but you had your beef, and you would have your pork, and you would have good King Wenceslas. I just realized that it's actually Wenceslas, because as children we used to sing, good King Wenceslas looked out, and it's actually good King Wenceslas looked out. There you are. I say you're an absolute legend, sir. So are you, sir. I say to you, C. McD. Phone up Hallam FM and get you back on, but don't be controversial, Scottie, they'll have you off. Yes, I don't. Well, I think, I don't know if I was really controversial. Why was you controversial? Well, Lewis, I don't know if I was controversial. I just told people straight, and not everybody likes that, so that builds a bit of controversy. You see, I say to you, but you can't say a thing nowadays. You know, you've got to just be yourself. Although that will change, and the people that are desperately trying to control us, they will get clobbered. Big style, I say to you. But we are going to have a bit of a tough time, and they're going to try and get control of the game. Your Wikipedia page says it too. Well, Lewis, yes, I mean, I think we probably stepped on a few toes in our time, but it's very important to get to the truth, you see. It would still be controversial. Who's trying to control? I think probably you've got the big wigs trying to starve us out at the moment, haven't you? The governments are trying to starve us out. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't think people have ever really been so poor unless, suppose if we went back to what they called the Dark Ages. Apparently the Dark Ages didn't really exist. What was your first job, says Grog? I started work at 12 on the boats. I was the cabin boy. And a night like tonight, you know, we would get rocking about, whoa, 44-foot boat, no, 65-foot MFE. And the skipper would put the bow just against the pier. And McClue would take the rope and got the ladder like a wee monkey. Fantastic. And my old boss, I was in touch with my old boss about a month or two ago. Yes, I remember you. So there you are. That's him remembering me 50 years later. In fact, it's 50 years since I started my adult job. George Mac, what are you doing sending me all these gifts? Sending elves. Guys, if anybody's feeling flush, there's a wee goal. You won't see it on the YouTube channel, but you'll see it on the TikTok of red roses. I've got 2,700 likes. Can everybody go tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap? the snowflakes. Captain McClue. Yes, the boats. We went out in all weathers and it was great. I mean, I was working with very, very professional ferry masters. Very professional. When I look back at it, my boss, one boss was 21 and the other was 67. Was he 67? He was 65 when I first met him. Great big strong man, wonderful man. And he was a brilliant ferry master. And I just worked with him. And I can remember a Caledonian Steam Packet Company vessel. And we passed it at the pier. And I said to him, I was at the wheel of this boat. And I said to him, how many would it take to run that? He went, you and me. And he did buy that boat, but I'd left by then. George Mac, that's so kind of you. Guys, somebody's going bananas. George Mac's going bananas on the red roses. Whoa, Banjo Man. I'd love to see Scottie in an adaptation of A Christmas Carol. What part would I play? Because Marley was dead to begin with, remember. Scrooge. Or, what else? What about the other characters? The ghosts of Christmas past. Scrooge. Ebenezer Scrooge. Oh, you'd be great. I tell you, Dickens, I think Great Expectations is another one. Magwitch. Yes. Bob Cratchit. Tiny Tim's father. And I could carry Tim. Come on, Tim. Martha dusted the hot plates. Yes, the applesauce Christmas dinner. Have you had any family round today? No, the family have been on the telephone today. So have you ever been to Creamery Park, the home of Bathgate Thistle? Do you know, Aaron, that's a luxury I've been denied up until now. But I might take that as an official invitation. George Mac, what are you doing? Sending all these roses. You'd make a good Christmas present. A good Christmas present. I see what you just did there. Guys, what are the big movies on tonight? I've put up a movie. I want you to give me a like if you watch The Italian Job. I watched it again. I love it. Have you noticed when you watch films again and again and again, you see things you didn't see before? And I'll give you an example. One of my favorite films, which I saw brand new. George Mac, what are you doing? You're going bananas with the red roses. Guys, George Mac's going absolutely bananas with red roses on that goal right there. What do you like, George? And grow a beard and laugh hysterically. I did. Have a look at my videos. Guys, do you guys on the TikTok ever look at the TikTok videos? Because it's so interesting. You come on live. I'm not having a go. I'm just saying you come on live here. The Clockwork Orange is on, JD Donnelly. Yes, Stanley Kubrick. I think it's a bit violent for me, is it not? I've never seen it. But I've been told it's a bit violent. I remember when it came out. But anyway, I was telling you, George Mac, what are you doing? Guys, he's away up into the hundreds of red roses. There's 325 out of 750. Oh, it's all still a house. Scottie, I was in God's waiting room when an old lady walked in and I kindly gave her my chair. God's waiting room. Which one's that? Here's somebody on the phone, guys. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that? Hi, who's that?
Hi, Scottie. It's Amy. You've met me before.
Yes, I have, Amy. Lovely to hear you. And a very happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
So nice to hear you. Are you enjoying the wee pop-up?
I am. I hope you are too.
I am, Amy. It's just lovely to be with everybody and just to share a bit of Christmas cheer.
Yeah, same to you.
And you've brightened everybody's evening up, Amy. You have a lovely time.
Yeah, you too. I've got a wee joke for you.
Go on, Amy. Is it the one you normally tell?
No, it's a different one this time.
Right, is it appropriate?
Aye, it is. Don't worry.
Right, go. Spill.
Okay. Never take your food seriously. Always take it with a pinch of salt.
I love it. Dinky-Doo. That's our Amy. Fantastic. Never take yourself seriously. Always take it with a pinch of salt. Well, I think I've taken myself with a pinch of salt for a long time. And so have you. Dinky-Doo, happy Christmas, Scottie. Sure, thank you. Scottie, the YouTube is a haze tonight. Oh, I know, Susan. It's all the excitement. There's so many people watching that have turned it into a haze. It just looks fine here as far as I can see. Everybody else having a problem with their YouTube? How do I join you live and talk to you? Well, Con, you're watching us right now and you're talking to us right now. Guys, I need another 83 followers. 83 followers. Now, how can I say thank you for all these red roses? That is just so good of you. Jed shared the live. Tell 10 to tell 10. Jed, have you followed? We need to get everybody with a TikTok account following. So if you can access TikTok, you should be following Scottie McClue because genuinely millions have watched, you know? Is that you in the photo graduating? Well, it's really the dog's graduation, but I was holding the hood. That's Lord Reith the Labrador. And I've just put a video of Lord Clyde up, who was with me 3 years ago tonight on his 100th birthday. He died at 14 and a half, that wee dog. Oh! 50% of the goal. What are you guys like? Pray for Palestine this Christmas. Pray for them all, Michael. And pray for them to stop fighting. If I was America, if we had Donald Trump in, that wouldn't be happening, I tell you. He would have put a stop to that. Well done. Thank you. No, it's well done to George Mack, has just spoiled us. George Mack, thank you so much with your kindness. George is away again. Murray O'Donnell, £20. He tapped the dollar bill at the bottom of the super chat on the YouTube channel. Guys, can every YouTuber go down to the bottom left and give me a thumbs up? Thumbs up. And can you please subscribe? We really need to get this up. And I think tonight it would be nice if we had 5,100 YouTube subscribers. Now, that's not difficult. It doesn't cost you anything. It only needs you to go. I know people are a bit lazy, but you just go and click subscribe. Done. You know, after 40 years, I'm in my 40th year since I started in television. George Mack, what are you like? Artemis 13. Oh my goodness me. Guys, we're at 578 red roses. George, I think you've done the whole lot. If Hallam FM offered you a contract, would you accept? I might well do. It would depend on the contract. I say to you, get the roses done, says George. George, what are you like? Merry Christmas. Santa is not real. Steady on. Hello? Who's told you that? Who's told you Santa's not real? Santa should take out a legal thing about that, and then we'll know how it really is. So there we are. Guys, is the YouTube all right for everyone tonight? Susan's getting it easy. Merry Christmas, laddie. I wish I was home. I'm ready to be home. How about you? Home as in God's paradise. Are you talking Scotland? I say to you, take a drink, son. There we are. What lodge is Santa in? I think the Wine Lodge. Hang on. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Some gigglers. I say to shh, all that. Merry Christmas, indeed. Nay, I mean heaven on new earth. God's paradise isn't of this world. God's paradise is very much part of this world. Because there isn't really a this world and the next. We're all in this world. This will be the gigglers again. Let's see what they're up to. Yes, caution here. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
What you do, Scottie? It's Kareem. How are we?
Oh, Kareem, I thought it was the gigglers. Did you hear these wee ones going, shh, 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 there?
I just turned on, I just seen that you were on live there, and I came on and I just heard someone saying that, and I thought, no, I need to phone the big man and wish him a happy Christmas.
Kareem, you're a lovely man, and your message, I put your message up on the YouTube the other day, so I think it's very important,
Lovely.
You know? And I thought tonight, I thought,
Thank
do I go up? I thought, oh, no, we'll just take it easy, watch a bit of telly. And then I thought, no, go in and say hello to people. Do you know what I mean? It would be rude not
the other night. People here that we've spent Christmas themselves, and Scottie, if you come on and give them a wee smile and a giggle and a bit of cheer, then, you know, that's made their night, and that's what it should be all about.
It's not too much to ask. I love this one. I wish I was home, says, aha, I can't understand his accent. Well, I don't have an accent, so I don't know what he can't understand.
Yes, yeah. But Scottie, I hope you had a lovely day today.
I've had a beautiful day, Kareem. a beautiful day, just a gentle day, just looking at things and thinking about things and thinking about Christmases past and Christmas present and the future. I get a terrific buzz about the future. Something very big will happen, you know?
Yeah.
And I've always thought that because it's so strange, Kareem, in my life, I've never asked for things to happen. They've just happened.
Yeah.
And I have a very famous saying that I tell young people about. I say, nobody plans to fail, they just fail to plan. And the huge things that have happened in my own life, I haven't planned. I think God's planned them, you know?
Like an angel has set you the right path.
Just wonderful, isn't it? I mean, well, but there's so much goodness out there, Kareem.
Yes.
It's so easy to see all the badness in the world and the news and stuff like that. I can't believe that these people didn't stop fighting for Christmas Day.
I think that shows you mentality of certain people, that the total disregard that they have to human life. You know, that, and although there is such good people, as you say, that are in this world, we have the opposite as well. We've got so many people that are beyond evil and not have a soul.
And the total disregard for God or for Allah or for whatever somebody's God is, the total disregard for that power superior to mankind.
It's horrible, but it ends soon. May the pressures of the other countries put upon. Everything's always political, Scottie. We can, you could have a talk show all night on absolutely everything about the moral grounds and principles and everything. But you know, at the end of the day, these superpowers, people that control these superpowers, always fight amongst each other, and that's never going to end, sadly. That's always going to be the case.
They'll keep on that. Although I feel if we'd had Mr. Trump in, he's got an incredible knack of talking to people. You know, and he's a serious player.
Yeah.
You know, I remember hearing a story about one of the, I shan't go into the names, but one of the European presidents had threatened America with something financial. And I think within an hour or so that had completely gone because Mr. Trump came back to them and said, let me just explain something to you, you know?
Yeah, it was to do with tax. They were going to cancel certain food or drinks from America.
Products, drinks. It was drinks. And I think Mr. Trump came back and said, here's the deal. And that all stopped. It just disappeared. You know what I mean?
Very, very, yes. Well, you know,
and that's because war, Kareem, war is a failure of politics.
Is it really? Because some people make a very, very rich life out of war, and the fall.
Yes, of course. If they come in on both sides, and if they've got shares in the armaments companies, they do very well, but only financially. I mean, I wouldn't want to live with myself if my stockbroker rang up and said, "I've got a company that are doing very well here, Scottie. Do you want to put a few quid into that?" I would say, "No, I don't."
Scottie, not everybody has your nature and outlook. As it goes back to what you said at the start, some really bad people in this world that just don't have that conscience, that just have. It's like if you look at a false god, that's their false god. The false god that's took over them is greed, corruption, wealth.
Well, I remember reading about, it was a minister of religion. After the Second World War, he was in Hitler's Eagle's Nest. And he was having a look over the mountains of Austria. And what the text that came to mind from the Bible was, "Come with me, said the devil, and I will show you all the kingdoms of the world." And I think what we've got at the moment is people who have gone to the devil. you know?
Yeah.
And that's the problem. And good will always triumph over evil. It has to. There's the Fife TikToker says history was all lies. You've got a point. And JJ says we need an absolute monarchy. Get us back under the king's thumb. Isn't that interesting?
Yes. Oh, someone said about history, Scottie, when you read about history, it's always from the point of view of the winners. You know, you have to look at it at the loser's point of view as well, and then really come to a conclusion.
Well, when somebody said to Winston Churchill, how will history look upon you? And he said, history will be very kind to me because I shall write it. And sure enough, I've got them sitting just a few feet from here, all the volumes of the history of the Second World War by Winston S. Churchill.
Yeah.
So there we go. Wonderful. Kareem, we've got 4 minutes, and so lovely to hear you, and I hope you have a beautiful evening.
Thank you, Scottie. Have a very restful night and speak soon when you're on a live pop-up. Thanks for coming on.
Bless
bye, Scottie.
You.
Bye.
Thank
bye.
you. What a top man. That's our Kareem. So lovely to hear him. Guys, we're going to have to push off in a few minutes. God authored the Bible, and the man wrote it on paper. Do you think there was any historical revision? Because you cannot change the word of God. That is a given. Just as well, I built that ark, says Professor Numpteed. Yes, Numpteed. You know, but you built it on high ground, and there's not been any water, so it's never had any water under its keel since you built that. If you're saved by Jesus, you've got a new heart filled with love and all that of God. You can't hate nobody anymore, and you hate sin and wish to be home. I wish I was home. What an incredible take you have given us tonight. Dinky-Doo and Merry Christmas to the wonderful Stallion Fish. Lorraine's laughing at Numpty. The coming of Jesus, that's what will happen. Amen and yea. You're right. There we are. I say to you. Now, what have we got here? Oh, the one on the phone, you couldn't understand the accent. I thought you meant me. Guys, we've literally only got a minute, but what a wonderful program tonight. So lovely to be with you all on Christmas night. I hope you have a blessed evening. And tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Start sharing all the Scottie McClue things about. I say to you, disband Parliament and put King Charlie in charge, says Techno. Don't go, says Lewis. We have to go. God and David the King. So that, can you please say hi to wee Jim, says Sophs. Of course we can, Sophs. Much love to you, Scottie. Thank you. I wish I was home. Scottie, are you going to have a swift one? No. I'm going to have a wee sip of water. I've already fallen off the wagon today in that I had some chocolate. A lovely lady sent me some chocolate, and I got wellied into that during the Italian job. Take care of yourselves, my darlings. Get the whiskey out, says Stallion Fish. Yes, are you having one? Stick your tongue out and say ta-ta, you beautiful, beautiful TikTokers. I love you. Thank you for your kindness, for your generosity. Thank you to the wonderful Murray O'Donnell for his huge gift and his many, many gifts over the years. Dinky-Doo, everybody. I love you. Ta-ta. Ta-ta. And once more. Ta-ta. How amazing is that? And beautiful YouTubers, what can we say? What a fantastic show tonight. Clean Slate says, I wish I was home. Yes, indeed. You very much have a clean slate. And remember, I wish I was home. God moves in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform. I say to you. That's it, folks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. From me, Scottie McClue, and from everybody on the YouTube and everybody on the TikTok, Dinky-Doo, and happy Christmas. Ta-da, lads! Stick your tongue out and say ta-ta. 2 goes. Go number 1. Ta-ta. Go number 2. Ta-ta.